Alright, you guys. So, I'm not the biggest fan of the first West Side Story, but hey, look, I'm a big fan of Steven Spielberg, so I decided to give this new version of West Side Story a chance. Again, it's not really a remake because it's just based off the play, so both of them are based off the play, but it is kind of a remake of the original. I don't know, but you know what? I decided to give it a shot and I still have some problems, so let's talk about it. But what's going on, you guys? My name is Leo Rydell. This is Geekly Goods, where we talk the latest in movies, TV, with a little sprinkle of anime in there too. If you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below. And y'all, let's talk about West Side Story. Starting out with, what is West Side Story about? West Side Story explores forbidden love and the rivalry between the Jets and the Sharks, two teenage street gangs of different ethnic backgrounds. This version was directed by Steven Spielberg and stars Rachel Zegler, Ansel Elgort, Ariana DeBose, David Alvarez, Rita Moreno, and many more. And y'all, I just want to start out with what works. And guys, I will say Spielberg does some much needed updating to this movie. That first and original movie, I'm not a fan, and it does not stand the test of time. There's a lot of really sensitive, bad things in that movie, in my opinion. I know that it's a beloved musical to many, and hey, I will not take that away from you because I get it. The music is good, the dance numbers are pretty good, so I understand the love for the original, especially for big fans of movie musicals. Me, I'm the type that I'm a musical on stage type of guy, and even then I'm not the first person to run to for musicals. So that being said, let's get to a couple of qualities in this that I thought Spielberg really did help, and that is some of the characters besides the main characters. So I'm starting off with the side characters, actually, namely Riff and Bernardo. Got a lot of good character depth in this movie. They actually got some backstory and some reasoning as to why they are the leaders of their respective gangs. You get a little bit more and dig a little deeper into these characters, and I do like that in this movie. Even Anita gets some more depth and a little more backstory to just really help us understand where these characters are coming from, because I thought in the original, or I guess the 1961 adaptation, can't really call it the original because the original is the play, but in that version, the characters feel really hollow because you just don't really know why they're doing what they're doing. But here, we got a lot more of the human experience in this movie, so it elevates characters besides Maria and Tony, and I'll get to them in a minute. But it elevates a lot of side characters that just seemed shallow before and pretty hollow and not well written, like Riff, Anita, and Bernardo, like I had said earlier. And I loved Anita's performance. The woman who played her was Ariana DeBose. I don't recognize her from too much, but man, she was a knockout. I thought her timing was great. She was witty, funny, gravitational with that camera. Guys, she was really good, and her dancing was exquisite. I thought she was easily the best part of the cast. She did such a great job and was magical, and like I said, magnetic and great. And another thing that really worked besides those side characters is the visuals, the cinematography, the choreography and dance numbers. Even the music and the production on the music is very much stepped up. The production design and the camera work is exquisite. Look, Spielberg knows what to do, man, and he gets in that director's chair and he just seriously pulls all strings of these movies of his like an orchestra. I mean, the man did a number on the visuals here, and I love the cinematography in this movie. And as many qualities as he's improved, from the side characters to the cinematography, the production design, and more depth, he kind of misses a couple of things. And so let's go into what doesn't quite work for West Side Story. And you know what doesn't quite work, unfortunately? Ansel Elgort and Rachel Zegler, the two leads of this movie, Tony and Maria. Guys, they weren't doing it for me. They weren't doing it, and they're the main meat of the movie. They're the two. They are the centerpiece of this movie, this romance that, you know, is pretty unbelievable because they fall in love at first sight and are struck so hard that she can forgive Tony for the bad he's done and his bad past and look past that and still fall in love with him. And you don't really buy it here? Zegler, I'm sorry. Singing, absolutely phenomenal. Her singing was great. And let me back up a little bit. The songs were really spectacular. I mean, I'm talking about a musical and I skipped over the songs. So the songs were really good. And Rachel Zegler's voice was excellent. I mean, she is an A+ singer. Like, she outsang most of the cast. Honestly, I could even say all of the cast. She was the greatest singer there. But man, the acting, the line delivery, it just did not feel magical to me. She didn't feel like this girl was like, you know, kind of forced upon someone else, but then ended up falling for Tony. I just didn't believe it. I thought she kind of played a caricature a bit, and my people of Puerto Rican descent can let me know down in the comments how she did, because I'm not entirely sure how accurately she portrayed Puerto Rican culture. But to me, she just felt caricature-ish. She felt like she was reading from a script and just, it didn't feel natural. So unfortunately, Rachel Zegler didn't work for me. And Ansel Elgort, flat, y'all. Like a bottle of Coke that's been sitting out for 3 or 4 days with no top on it. Line delivery wasn't there. Dry, not charming. The actor from the original West Side Story, look, I can at least admit the guy is handsome, and it's believable to me that someone will run away with this guy. With Ansel, it just doesn't work. And I don't mean to bring it to physical, because you can easily be charming, but he's not really that charming. And I don't know. Some of the allegations against him don't really help for me either. So the two leads were not it, y'all. They weren't it. And the story is still super duper long, longer than it needs to be. While it does definitely improve on the bad and racist stereotypes from the first and the brown facing and some of the controversial choices that the first decided to make, I think there's still some problems there in the story when it comes to culture and how it handles that in this setting. So unfortunately, West Side Story, while it really does improve upon a lot of elements around it, it just gets the heart of the movie wrong. Like, unfortunately, the heart of the movie is just worse, and that's Rachel and Ansel. They're supposed to be Maria and Tony. They're supposed to be the movie, and they just weren't, unfortunately. So for West Side Story, the 2021 adapted version by Steven Spielberg, I am going with a 6 out of 10. You know, there are so many really good things with the technicals. The songs were really, really fucking good, guys. The visuals, the camera work, characters, especially the side characters. I mean, Bernardo, Riff, Anita, and Rita Moreno is playing a different role this time, and I'm not going to spoil, but it is a connection to the 1961 one. She's not Anita, but there's a connection with her character and another character from the 1961. I thought it was well played. But guys, Maria and Tony were just really, really bad. So unfortunately, I cannot give this one too high a score. But y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Look, I've heard praise across the board for Rachel Zegler, and I'm not taking anything away from others. Look, if they love it, they do. Unfortunately, your boy didn't, though. But if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for your boy Leo Rydell. And let me know down in the comments what you think, how you're feeling about West Side Story. And if you've seen it, let me know what you thought. Did you like it better than the 1961? Because I did. But I didn't quite love it, unfortunately. My favorite musical of the year, still In the Heights, baby. But y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And we will see you next time on Geekly Goods.